Signal just annoys me though. When are usernames coming out? We're in 2024.
Early
Come on.
2024.
Any second
God,
now. I
any
just
second. January 8th. It's coming, man. It's early 2024.
I really think that it'll be pushed to late 2024 at this
Do you
point.
think so?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a hot take, especially because they already have. Well, how was it you used? We talked about this on another Techlore Talks, but you used like the stage channel or whatever to
Yeah.
set up usernames. How was it?
I didn't get far with testing it. I mean, nobody else was testing it, so I didn't have anyone to message. Setting it up, it was obvious. It was very buggy in the staging channel, which is to be expected. I think for anything that's in beta or staging for sure. It was obviously not going to be complete, but it was actually like even more than I thought it might be at this point because they've been putting in so much work. And I think it was even like basic functionality like deleting a username was crashing the app at this point. And I was like, I don't. It felt like a feature that they had just released, which they kind of did, but I thought there was more work going on behind the scenes, like to get to this point, and it still feels like there's a lot of work to go.
Right. Yeah, I wonder what the challenge. I'd love to get a Signal team member on for an interview. I think it'd be really interesting. I think it would add a lot of important perspective
Yeah.
because I think on one hand, I'm with you and I agree. It's kind of insane how long things take, especially things like usernames, which I think are at this point everyone believes to be a staple, especially after the Authy situation where people's Signal accounts got broken into because of the Authy breach. Not Authy,
Twilio.
the owner company of Authy, Twilio,
Yeah.
which is the owner company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of that data breach, people got some of their like Signal accounts compromised because it was all phone number based. And those are highly targeted, highly isolated. I think it was less than a couple dozen people that were reported in that, if my memory serves. But still, the fact that that exists, I think, really violates a lot of the things that Signal stands for. But on the other hand, I understand that Signal is not a massive team. I understand that they have a lot of features that they're trying to roll out. I understand they're competing against literally Facebook and massive tech companies. And I still acknowledge that they do a lot of cool things. And it's still overall my favorite messenger that I use. Like,
Yeah.
it is just subjectively, like it is my favorite messenger to open and use. So I think it'd be awesome to give the privacy community some perspective on Signal and like get their development perspective and like what that's like and the challenges that they have. I feel like it's really good. Any interview I bring on, it really shines a light on how like most people don't have malicious purposes in what they do. Like a lot of people really, myself included, like really weren't big fans of Vivaldi because nothing they did made sense. But then I interviewed the CEO, and even afterwards, I'm like, yeah, I still kind of disagree with some of what they said, but I no longer felt like they were just not a good thing at all. I just felt like, okay, they clearly just have a different vision that I don't agree with in some ways, and I
Right.
think that's fine. And they shared what their vision is, and I'm like, I don't necessarily agree with all of it, but I think it's cool to get that perspective. Just like how I find, like same thing with Start Mail. No, not Start Page. Not Start Mail, because I interviewed the Start Page CEO. Like the interviews are fun. Long story short, to kind of get like the
Yeah.
other perspective.
That's really interesting. That almost makes me wonder like what would happen if you interviewed people outside the privacy space. Like we were just talking about Facebook, and if you interviewed somebody from Facebook and asked what their vision was, and if it would make any more sense.